Friends, today we are going to discuss about vaccines. Everybody talks about vaccines nowadays. Let's see what are vaccines. We are going to discuss the vaccines and the following topics. What's the history of vaccines? Who discovered? When it started? What's the immune response to a vaccine? How the vaccine works? What are the different types of vaccines available? What are the advantages of taking the vaccines? What are the disadvantages? What are the criteria for making a vaccines? And how do they get approval of a vaccine? First, the history of vaccine. In 1796, Edward Jenner discovered the chickenpox vaccine from cowpox. He was also called father of immunology. In 1914, pertussis vaccine was discovered. 1926, diphtheria vaccine was available. 1938, tetanus vaccine was available. These three together, called TTP vaccine, was available from 1948. In 1955, polio vaccine was discovered. 1963, measles vaccine. 1967, mumps, and 1969, rubella vaccine was available. These three are put together as MMR vaccine from 1971. Nowadays, we have many vaccines available in the healthcare system. The rotavirus vaccine, vaccine for hepatitis A, pneumococcal vaccines, influenza vaccines, and rabies vaccines. What's a vaccine? A vaccine is a biological preparation that provides artificial active acquired immunity to a particular infectious disease. A vaccine resembles a disease-causing microorganism and is often made from a weakened or killed form of microbe. Its toxin or one of its surface protein that stimulates the body's immune system to recognize being foreign or dangerous. Because a modified form of pathogen is injected, the individual should not develop disease symptoms. The body competes as antigen with the production of antibody. The body responds to the vaccine by initiating a primary immune response, resulting in the production of memory cells. When exposed to the actual pathogen, the memory cells trigger a secondary immune response that is much faster and stronger. Vaccines confer long-term immunity. However, because memory cells may not survive a lifetime, booster shots may be required. The administration of vaccine is called vaccination. Vaccination is the most effective method of preventing infectious diseases. Vaccines can be prophylactic or therapeutic. Antigens are usually proteins or polysaccharides capable of stimulating an immune response, specifically activating lymphocytes. There are two divisions of antigens, as self, endogenous, and other one is foreign or exogenous. Body is capable of differentiating both. Antigens are capable of inducing antibody production by immune system. What are antibodies? Antibodies are immunoglobulins, a large Y-shaped special glycoproteins produced by plasma cells in response to an antigen by the immune system to neutralize the pathogenic bacteria, viruses, or toxins. They have ability to combine with the antigen that triggered its production. Epitope. Epitope is a molecular feature of an antigen bound by an antibody. Paratopes are region of antibody recognizes and binds to the epitope of the antigen. Paratope and the epitopes are the binding regions of an antibody and antigen. Let's see the immune response to a virus. A normal cell will have a major histocompatibility complex 1. When there's a normal process of protein synthesis, it will show a small part of a protein that is a peptide attached to the cells, doesn't do anything. Let's see when there is a virus infection to a cell. When the cell is infected with the virus will start producing the proteins, the peptides, for their survival and multiplication. So the MHC1 will exhibit a small peptide of a virus origin. When the cytotoxic T lymphocytes going for infection, checking the cells for any abnormal infections, the T cell receptor will attach to the MHC1 complex and check if the peptide is non-self or it is abnormal. They will immediately release the cytotoxins and destroy the cell. The peptide is taken as an antigen for the antibody production. There are some viruses which they don't allow the MHC1 to exhibit the peptides to escape from the attack of the cytotoxic lymphocytes. There are different type of lymphocyte called natural killer cells. These cells will check for MHC1, and if they don't find the normal level, they will immediately release cytotoxins and kill. Let's see the immune response to a bacteria. Macrophages, dendritic cells, few epithelial cells, and B lymphocytes are antigen presenting cells. After extracellular bacteria are ingested by phagocytosis, they are killed and broken into small fragments by enzymes. They present for fragments on the surface of the cell with MHC2. Circulating helper cells recognize these segments and produce cytokines. These fragments of bacteria are taken as antigen and antibodies are produced against them. Some intracellular bacteria avoid the killing mechanism of phagocytes to survive. Infected macrophages present bacterial peptide on their cell surface using MHC2, make MHC molecule called antigen presentation. A helper T cell survey MHC2 molecule with its T cell receptor to observe the peptides they hold. If a bacterial peptide is present, they release cytokines which stimulates killing mechanism of inverted bacterium. Also increase antigen presentation by cell, making the bacteria more visible to the immune system for attack. Antibody production. After leaving the bone marrow, the B cells act as an antigen presenting cell and internalizes offending antigens and presented with MHC2 on surface to T helper cells. T cells bind to the MHC2 antigen molecule and cause activation of B cells. Activated B lymphocytes begins to differentiate to memory B cells and plasma cells. Most of these go as plasma cells and begin producing large volume of antibodies. What are the functions of antibodies? The first one is neutralization. The antibodies binds and inactivate foreign substances such as pathogens and toxins. The second one is it activates complement system to destroy the cells by punching the hole and lyse the organisms. Opsonization facilitate phagocytosis of foreign substances by phagocytic cells. With this, it stimulates the antibody production. The antibodies save us from disease-causing dangerous pathogens. Thank you. Thanks for watching.